So there's just been some absolutely massive controversy about Dead by Daylight and its new killer, the Unknown, has just come out. If you didn't know, the Unknown is a new killer in Dead by Daylight. It's incredibly disfigured and quite horrifying, and to be honest, I kind of enjoy the new chapter. But it hasn't all come swimmingly. Although the map, characters, and perks were good, the controversy surrounding Dead by Daylight and its dev team has not. And I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in this video. But before that, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and 100 years of good luck if you do. Thank you. After the Unknown's release, just today, a voice actor has come out with some concerning comments on the Dead by Daylight development team, and they have been awfully negative. This comes from the voice actor for the Unknown, who is incredibly upset at her use in the character's voice lines. If you didn't know, the Unknown has multiple voice lines. It has a male variant, which is the base character, and a secondary variant, which is a female character, both horribly disfigured and incredibly scary. And that's where this quarrel comes from. The Dead by Daylight dev team hired a transgender woman to voice the character, and reportedly didn't show them the design of the Unknown. They used her recordings and her voice lines for this character. I will now read you what the voice actor said. Regarding my recent viral witch hanging, I voiced the character the Unknown in Dead by Daylight. At the time of voicing, it was a great experience. I was told at the time of voicing the character that there was no model, and that the creature was supposed to be amorphous, meaning having no shape. They had no model design before I recorded my lines. So, it's my assumption that the design team took my medical history and my ability to use multiple voices as an opportunity to create character models that encapsulate my medical history as trans, and capitalize on catering to the transphobic community. I was tricked into voicing a stereotype. Since yesterday, I've been virally harassed for being trans by thousands of people since yesterday. Many folks in the trans community are up in arms over this, and rightfully so. I feel that reparations from the team that deliberately tricked me is the only logical next choice of action. I am so upset, so infuriated that people are comparing trans people to these clearly transphobic character skins. My immediate response to this was, in the defense of Dead by Daylight. Of course there may be some bias. I play the game and I love the game, no matter how many times I scream at survivors in Discord calls with maxed out flashies and OP toolkits. I do in fact love the game. And I understand that the game's community can often be incredibly toxic, to say the least, but I believe that this statement that the character itself is built on the voice actor that is completely transphobic is wrong and attention-seeking. We're dealing with a company, not a hateful person. Maybe if it was one person designing this character, one person behind the whole dev team, I could understand them being transphobic. But to have a whole development team and a whole company of a whole game supposedly be transphobic is quite preposterous. And this doesn't make much sense. As a player, I have some insight into this drama. I know that Dead by Daylight was focusing, or at least trying to focus, on the horror aspect of the game. Just a few weeks before the Unknown's release was a new game mode called Lights Out. It removed all perks, all items, and created a heavy, intense fog, no aura reading, and removed the killer's terror radius. It was incredibly frightful playing it, incredibly tense, because you couldn't tell where the killer was, and it was scary whenever they popped up and just stabbed you. So, I believe, as well as many other people in the community, that Dead by Daylight wanted to create a scary, body horror, creepy character that would help to bring back the horror of the game. And I just cannot believe that they sought out for a voice actor, having in mind that they wanted to create a transphobic character, that all of this other stuff should just be disregarded. The idea that the character had no model may in fact be true, but I'm going to still defend the DBD development team. At least in my experience, I believe that voice actors do not often get a full model of the character they're voicing. In fact, for this character especially, they hadn't designed, or at least focused, on a complete model. This proof is in the trailer of The Unknown, where the character appears to be quite different, actually, from the real release, with a hugely different design than what it is now. So although not having a model may be true, I do not believe this was done to trick the voice actor. And I just cannot believe that a company would take a person that was trans, check their medical history just to trick and abuse them like this. Although, I can believe, however, believe that they took a trans person to voice different voice lines for the same character but with two different genders. But I really do not believe this is malicious. That's where I believe it to be slightly attention-seeking. I do not believe that they would have taken someone who's trans before they designed the killer, before they thought up the power, before they even designed the full character, or at least lied to it, just to take your voice lines just because of your personal choices. Again, transphobia is a real thing. People can be discriminatory to that, but I just cannot believe a whole company did that just to trick you, just to quote-unquote capitalize on catering to the transphobic community. And to me, this statement and the next literally makes no sense. When they say that this was done to capitalize on catering to the transphobic community, I just don't believe that. I mean, I do not believe that a single person saw the unknown character and thought, oh yes, that's a trans person. Again, they say, I was tricked into voicing a stereotype. Personally, I do not speak for everyone, but I do not understand this quote-unquote stereotype of trans people being horrific body horror monsters. I can understand the stereotype of it being possibly unnatural, this stigma that being trans is weird and wrong, but I don't believe that the unknown, a body horror, mysterious dark creature meant to bring DBD back to its roots of horror, is a stereotype of a trans person. If anything, that says more about you than anybody else. Because you would have to find some really hateful person to describe trans people as body horror, disgusting, neck crunched, stomach missing, plant-like, horrific creatures of unknown origin. A trans person is nothing like the unknown. Because guess what? They're a person that looks human and isn't a horrifying creature of the night. The last statement may be true. The fact that they've been virally harassed for being trans. There are definitely some people that hate trans people. And I, being one of them, I'm joking. So, obviously I feel sorry for anyone who's been virally harassed. But I do think most of this post about that the unknown from Dead by Daylight is some transphobic stereotype that this voice actor was taken advantage of by their ability to voice multiple lines for this character. I just don't believe that, and I think it's attention seeking. And there's this idea that sometimes trans people bring up their situation as a means to stir controversy and gain attention, but this comes from YouTube Shorts, so take it with a grain of salt. Oh, and Ricky Berwick got some backlash for uploading a meme where he shows an anime girl with a trans haircut on the left, saying your profile pic, and a image on the right of the unknown saying you in real life. And as much as I want to say this isn't funny, but come on, it's funny, and it's from Ricky Berwick. This guy, oh, come on, you can't say it's not funny. Come on, at least a little bit. Everyone deserves a little slander sometimes. Whether it's the short kings, the anime guys, car guys, I don't know, whatever. Don't lynch anyone over jokes, I guess. But yeah, that's about it. As a closing summary, I really do not believe Dead by Daylight could be this incredibly malicious. Just to add to the fact about proving my point, by the way, forgot to mention this, TBD has a trans flag charm and a LGBT rainbow flag charm which you can use. So clearly the company supports that stuff, maybe for marketing or money, but still, they're comfortable with putting that in their game. So I really do not believe they'd extort somebody this way, especially of that community. But yeah, that's about it. I'm on DBD's side. What about you? You can put it in the comments. But yeah. Anyway, please subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching, and see ya.